welcome to Storytime. It's Monday, yay! I hope you all had a really, really fantastic day celebrating your moms yesterday, or your grandmas, or your special ladies in your life, whatever it is. I hope you had a really good day celebrating them. I had a great day with my family. We had pancakes, bacon, eggs for breakfast. It was very yummy. And we had stir fry for dinner. That's my favorite. So today, I have one important thing to tell you. We are going to start a new segment on Storytime where we have the Kid Reader of the Day. Whoa! Kid Reader of the Day. Whoa! It's exciting. So if you can read a story or you know a story that you can tell us, I would love for you to do that and have your mom or dad or grandma or grandpa and uncle, whoever's in charge, email it to me so that you can be on our Kid Reader of the Day. Wow! It's exciting. So I want to make sure that everybody gets a chance to do it. So make sure you have your mom or dad email me a video of you reading a story. We have a couple already, and so I can't wait to show you. They're so awesome. Kid reading is my favorite. So I can't wait to see your video. And today we are reading from the Adventure Bible Storybook by Catherine Devise and Jim Madsen. So now we're on, oh no, it's Jericho. So we've been learning about Moses for a long time. Lots of days we've learned about Moses. Well, now there's a new leader of the Israelites. Their time has ended in the desert. Yay! And they are going in to the promised land. But there's a little problem. Have to see what the little problem is. Are we ready? Oh no, it's Jericho. Joshua, the new leader of God's people, stood on a hilltop and shielded his eyes from the bright sun. Can you do that? Oh, it's so bright. He and God's people were at the edge of the desert looking into a lush green valley of winding rivers, flourishing trees, and blossoming plants. That had to look so good. Deserts don't have plants or water or trees. Oh, to see them again, they were like, yes! The promised land. Joshua spotted something in the distance that stood between God's people and the promised land. It was the city of Jericho. Dun, dun, dun. The city of Jericho. Oh, no. Jericho was surrounded by a huge, strong wall, a giant, solid gate made of wood and iron stayed tightly closed. No one went in and no one went out. How could God's people ever make it into the promised land with this fortress in the way? Oh no. God told them how. It didn't make sense to them, but Joshua and God's people obeyed. For 6 days, the people marched around one time around the city walls of Jericho and then returned to their camp. On the 7th day, the people marched around the city 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's do it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times they had to march around. The final time around the city, the priests blew their trumpets. Joshua lifted his sword and signaled to God's people. Together they yelled at the top of their lungs. Let's pretend to play our trumpet. Do-do-do. Can you do that? Do-do-do. And then they had to yell, ah! Try that. Ah! That's what they had to do. To march around the city. And then they had to blow their trumpets. Do-do-do. And they had to yell, ah! I don't know what's going to happen. A crack ran down the great wall. Look at that. Then another. Pebbles, then stones, then chunks of rocks began to fall. With a great rumbling, tumbling roar, the entire wall crashed to the ground. God's people won the battle over Jericho and were able to enter the promised land. God's dream for his people had come true. God tested his people to see if they would obey him, and they did. In Joshua 1:6 it says, "Be strong and brave. You will lead these people, and they will take the land as their very own. It is the land I have promised." So God tested them and told them to do something very crazy. So for 6 days, they just had to march around the city. One time. One time they marched around, then they went back to their camp. And on the 7th day, they had to march around 7 times. And the last time they blew their trumpets, doo-doo-doo, and they yelled, "Ah!" And then the walls came tumbling down. Huh. God is amazing, isn't he? He always takes care of us. Just when they didn't think he had a plan because there was Jericho, how were they going to get in there? He did have a plan. And they followed it and they got the land that God wanted them to have. Huh. It shows us that if we trust in God, he's going to give us what we need, right? Let's pray. Dear Jesus, thank you for giving us what we need. Thank you for loving us and caring for us and providing everything we need. Thank you for our moms and our dads and our aunts and our uncles and our grandparents and our brothers and sisters and all of the people that take care of us. Help us have a great day and just continue to show your love to those around us. In your name, amen. Boys and girls, I'm so happy you're here today. Mike and Rachel are going to have a song, and then I'll be back with some stories. Enjoy!
Hey, CC Kids, it's Mike and Rachel and Hannah here. Say, hi, Hannah. Hello. We're going to sing you guys one of your favorite songs that I know you guys do in CC Kids called Every Move I Make. So sing along with us. Every move I make, I'm making you. You make me move, Jesus. Every breath I take, I breathe in you. Every step I take in you. You are my way, Jesus. Every breath I take, I breathe in you. Singing ways of mercy, ways of grace. Everywhere I look, I see your face. Your love has captured me. Oh my God, this love, how can it be? How can it be? How can it be? How can it be? Na 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 na. Hey, na 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 na. Every move I make, I'm making you. You make me move, Jesus. Every breath I take, I breathe in you. Woo! Every step I take in you. You are my way, Jesus. Every breath I take, I breathe in you. Singing waves of mercy, waves of grace. Everywhere I look, I see your face. Your love has captured me. Oh my God, this love, how can it be? 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 Na 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 na. Hey, na 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 na. Yay!
Welcome back. Thank you, Mike, Rachel, and Hannah. I loved your song. I have 3 stories for you today. They're kind of silly ones today. I have how a rhino got his skin. And I have, this one doesn't have a cover on it, if you give a pig a pancake. I think it's a pancake. Let's check. Yes, if you give a pig a pancake. And Pete the cat. I love my white shoes. We're going to read that one last. We're going to start with how a rhino got his skin. Illustrated by John Jove. So these are just silly stories. We know that God created the world. And we also know that sometimes it's funny to just read funny stories. So this was a funny story. This is not really how a rhino got his skin, but it's a funny way to think about it. So it's by Rudyard Kipling, retold by Rosie Dickens, and illustrated by John Joven. You see that? So, one of those like folklores, those silly stories. All right. You guys see this? Once upon a time, all rhinos were born. Well, once upon a time, All rhinos had horns on their noses, little piggy eyes, and tight, smooth skin. Their skin fastened underneath them with 3 buttons, just like the buttons on their coat. See? They're funny. Animals don't have buttons on their clothes. That's so silly. One rhino was particularly very big and very rude. He had no manners then, and he has no manners now. Look at him. He's like splashing the monkeys. Do you see that? That's kind of rude, huh? What a rude monkey. What's he making? One day, this rude rhinoceros smelt something sweet, something tasty, something that made him lick his lips, go, mmm. The rhinoceros ran at the cake, and he spiked that cake on the horn of his nose and galloped away and gobbled it up. Nom, 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 nom. The cake maker muttered and tuttered. Them that takes cake make dreadful mistake, he said, and he began to collect the crumbs. What's he going to do with all those crumbs, I wonder? A few weeks later, there was a heat wave. The sun beat down, and it got hotter and hotter and hotter. Go, oh, so hot. The sea looked cool and blue and inviting. Time for a swim, thought the rhinoceros. Look at him. He's like sweaty. He's like so hot. He's going to go swimming. He waded into the water, leaving his skin on the beach. Splish, splash. He left his skin right on the beach. That's why this story is so silly. Rhinoceros can't take off their skin. While the rhinoceros blew bubbles and made water spouts, the man took that skin and shook that skin and filled it with the old, dry, crusty cake crumbs. Look at the rhinoceros doesn't see him putting all those crusty cake crumbs in there. Then the rhinoceros put back on his skin. Oh, it itched and tickled from all the crumbs. When the rhinoceros tried to scratch, it itched and tickled even more. He rolled and rolled down sandy dunes. He rubbed and rubbed against jagged rocks. He tugged and tugged until his skin stretched. But whatever he did, those cake crumbs itched and they tickled. Then disaster! He tugged so terribly his buttons popped off. Oh no, he wailed. Now I can't take off my skin. And still those cake crumbs itched and scratched and tickled him. From that day to this, the rhinoceros has had baggy, saggy skin and a very bad temper, all on account of those crusty old cake crumbs. But he never stole cake again. Look at his angry face. How the rhino got his skin. See? That's a fun story. How the rhino got his skin. If you give a pig a pancake. By Laura Numeroff and Felicia Bond. They write all of the If You Give books together. Laura always writes the word, and Felicity always writes the pictures, always draws the pictures. Here we go. Isn't that cute pig looking in the window? If you give a pig a pancake, she'll want some syrup to go with it. You'll give her some of your favorite maple syrup. she'll probably get all sticky and ask you to take a bath. Then she'll ask you for some bubbles. When you give her the bubbles, she'll probably ask you for a toy. You'll have to find your rubber duck. Look at him diving in. He's diving into the pool. Look at him, he's putting all the bubbles in over there. The duck will remind her of the farm where she was born. She might feel homesick and want to visit her family. She'll want you to come too. She'll look through your closet for a suitcase. Look at all those bubbles. Then she'll look under your bed. When she's under your bed, she'll find your old tap shoes. Then she'll try them on. She'll probably need something special to wear with them. Making a big mess. When she's all dressed, she'll ask you for some music. You'll play your very best piano piece, and she'll start dancing. Then she'll want you to take her picture, so you'll have to go get your camera. When she sees the picture, she'll ask you to take more. Then she'll want you to send them to each of her friends. You made like a little fort with the couch and the chairs. She's walking on a tightrope. Crazy pig. You'll have to get her some envelopes and stamps and take her to the mailbox. On the way, she'll see the tree in your backyard and want you to build a tree house. Oh man, this pig is wearing her out. So you'll have to get some wood, a hammer, and some nails. When the tree house is finished, she'll want you to decorate it. She'll ask for some wallpaper and glue. Look at that tree house! All in one day. That's pretty fast. When she hangs the wallpaper, she'll get all sticky. Feeling sticky will remind her of your favorite maple syrup. And she'll probably ask you for some. And chances are, if she asks you for the maple syrup, she'll want the pancakes to go with it. Look at this girl is taking a nap. She's so tired from entertaining that pig all day. Oh, that pig was busy. That's a fun story, huh? Pete the cat. I love my white shoes. This is by Eric Litwin and James Dean, the creator of Pete the cat. So I'm not very good at singing this one, but I just have my own tune to it. Pete the cat. I love my white shoes. You ready? Pete was walking down the street in his brand new white shoes. Pete loved his white shoes so much, he sang this song. I love my white shoes. I love my white shoes. I love my white shoes. Oh no! Pete stepped in a pile of strawberries. What color did it turn his shoes? Red! Did Pete cry? Goodness, no! He kept right on walking and singing his song. I love my red shoes. I love my red shoes. I love my red shoes. Oh no! Pete stepped in a big pile of blueberries. What color did it turn Pete's shoes? Blue! Did Pete cry? Goodness, no! He kept right on walking and singing his song. I love my blue shoes. I love my blue shoes. I love my blue shoes. Oh no! Pete stepped in a large pile of mud. What color did it turn Pete's shoes? What color? Brown. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. He kept right on walking and singing his song. I love my brown shoes. I love my brown shoes. I love my brown shoes. Oh no, Pete stepped in a bucket of water, and all of the brown and all of the blue and all of the red washed away. What color were Pete's shoes again? White, but now they are all wet. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. He kept right on walking and singing his song. I love my wet shoes. 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 The moral of the story is, no matter what you step in, keep on walking and singing your song. Because it's all good. I love Pete the Cat. He's so silly. I love my red shoes. I love my red shoes. I love my red shoes. So fun. Boys and girls, thank you so much for joining us today. I'm so happy you were here today. I will be back on Wednesday and Friday for another story time. Make sure that you send in your videos of you reading your story. So practice reading so mom and dad can tape you, or grandmas and grandpas and uncles and aunts and whoever tapes you, that they can tape you and send me the video. I will have my email address up above, okay? So practice reading your story and then have them tape you so that I and all the other boys and girls who watch Storytime can see you reading your book, because you guys are awesome and I want to showcase that. I think that's it. So enjoy this week. Make sure you check out all of the really fun stuff that we have. We have all of our weekly videos on ChristchurchMequon.life. Pastor Andrew does his C3 on Tuesday nights and Thursday mornings. There's youth throughout the week. On Sundays, there's Impact and Jump. There's lots of good stuff. There's prayer groups going on. Lots of good stuff. If you have any questions, you can look on ChristchurchMequon.life, or you can just email me, text me, send me a message on Facebook, whatever. Just let me know and I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. Oh, and the other important thing, I almost forgot. Don't stop the video yet. There's a prayer walk at church. Check it out. It's 2 thumbs up. You'll love it. Lots of fun stuff to pray for. You can write with chalk. Oh, it's going to be awesome. So, have a great week, and I will see you on Wednesday. Bye, everybody. I miss you and love you. Goodbye.